everyone, how are you? David DeFranco here from daviddefranco.com/ask. That is your open forum for submitting questions for future videos, such as this one. Today's question comes from Jordan over at instagram.com/JordanHMaloney. Check out Jordan right below. So Jordan says, hey David, I was wondering when you started to create websites, how you made those websites, and when you realized that you are interested in web design. Thanks, Jordan. All right, so before we get into today's question, let me give a huge shout out to youtube.com/frontpagetech. The guys behind Front Page Tech were nice enough to contribute to my Mac Pro campaign over at daviddefranco.com/Indiegogo, and I greatly appreciate that, guys, so thank you so much. Front Page Tech is a unique tri-weekly tech news show with a little bit of humor thrown in here and there. And by a little bit, of course, I mean a lot, because I just watched an episode real quick, and I gotta say, it's actually really funny. But not only that, they're also brutally honest in giving their tech opinions, as well as some additional gaming content here and there. The best way to understand Front Page Tech and the kind of style they're going for is to just watch an episode for yourself. And that's exactly what you're about to do right now. At least maybe like 15 seconds or so. Enjoy.
You know when you're playing a game, right, and you do real awesome?
Yeah, totally.
And something awesome happened, and you're like, Xbox, record that, and the Xbox One then records it?
Yeah.
Well, starting today, you can now take those files, those clips, and upload them directly to YouTube. Exciting?
No shit.
You like it?
That's so
Would you do it?
Oh, dizzle.
So if you have an Xbox One, and you recorded something awesome, let everyone know that you did record something awesome by uploading it to YouTube.
So, what'd you think? Did you enjoy it? If so, subscribe right below and tell them I sent you. Alright, so getting back into today's topic, let's talk about web design, creating websites, web development, all that good stuff, because it is easily one of my biggest passions in life, right up there with technology. Alright, so going way back to the days of high school, I will never forget my intro to HTML class. Not only was it a fascinating class overall, but it was also a really cool feeling just putting my own code up on screen, hitting the preview button or refresh, because we used to use Notepad and then see how it looked in IE. Yeah, IE. And it was just really, really nice seeing that my code actually turned into something visual. Even something as simple as bold or italics. I mean, I was making that happen, and it's just something I will never, ever forget. So going beyond my intro to HTML class, I was saying to myself, David, there's not a doubt in your mind. You love this kind of stuff. So let's take the next step. So eventually I became obsessed with platforms like GeoCities, XPage, and some Angelfire here and there. Now with GeoCities, unfortunately I don't have anything archived and I don't think you can really find it anymore. But for those not aware, GeoCities is now dead, unfortunately. I mean, it's not really a good platform by today's standards, but when I was younger and still learning web design and learning basic HTML here and there, it was an awesome, awesome service. Everyone and their mother basically had a GeoCities website. But not just one website I had, not just two, I had several websites that I updated on a somewhat regular basis. Ranging from websites about technology, to websites about gaming, to websites maybe about myself. I'm not really sure, the memory's honestly kind of vague right now. But there is one website I will never forget I created. It's back when I got my PlayStation 2 network adapter, and I was obsessed with games like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3? I'm pretty sure that was the one, as well as SOCOM US Navy SEALs. I was obsessed with SOCOM, so I wanted to take that obsession and that passion for PS2 online gaming and turn it into a website that I could create using GeoCities, and that's exactly what I did. Now, it does not even compare to the websites that I create today. I was lucky to maybe even have 10 website visitors a month. I'm not even really sure of the website stats, to be honest. But it was just fun back then. It was a great learning experience for me, and it's something I'll never forget. And then there's xpage.com. It was kind of like the pre-MySpace days where everyone in high school had their own Xpage. And this is basically everyone's chance to create a personal website about themselves. But me, nope, I didn't just stop at one website. I created maybe 10 websites because unfortunately, they didn't let you have pages within a website. You had to create one website, one website, one website, one after another, and connect them all. So basically, website number 2 would be page 2 to website number 1, which is technically page 1. Then website 3 would be page 3 to website 1, which would also link off to website 2, which is also page 2, leading to website 1 and page 1. Do you see what I'm saying here? Basically, I would create a bunch of sub-sites but that's not really what XPage intended to do. It was just a great experience, and it's something I'll never forget, just throwing all this gaudy flash up there, these horrible text effects. It's just a great memory. And then there's AngelFire, which I never really got too into, but it was another popular service just like GeoCities. But honestly, I was always kind of a GeoCities fanboy anyway, so I didn't give AngelFire the kind of attention it probably deserved. I say probably because I kind of forget. Did people love AngelFire or did they hate it? So jumping ahead a few years, I eventually designed a few websites all by hand using code and nothing else, no themes, using Dreamweaver. So this started with the CreativeOne.tv, eventually PlugYourTube.com, which is no longer live, and Adfor5.com, which is still going to this day. Actually, no, Adfor5 is being run by WordPress, but it is a very basic website that you could code very easily. But still, it goes without saying, I loved Dreamweaver back in the day, but nowadays, I don't really use Dreamweaver. I concentrate on platforms primarily like WordPress and Squarespace. Now, while WordPress and Squarespace make it really easy to design a website within a WYSIWYG interface, and for those unaware, WYSIWYG, it sounds weird, but it stands for what you see is what you get. But what I prefer to call it is what you see is what you almost get. Because let's face it, WYSIWYG is still not perfected to this day, even though it's 2014. But that's the beauty of platforms like WordPress and Squarespace. They give you the flexibility of designing something beautiful, but behind the scenes, you can still code the crap out of it. Now, I'm no code monkey or code junkie, whatever people want to call themselves, but I do know a good amount of custom CSS modifications that I could apply right now, and that's all thanks to an awesome extension within Firefox called Firebug. So definitely check out Firebug if you're looking to learn something new about CSS modifications and even some other coding here and there. This basically allows you to inspect any website on the internet, ranging from my website to apple.com to Amazon, and it lets you change the code in real time. So if you wanted to change Amazon's logo to something else, you could. Obviously, that's not going to display for other people, but for you within a local environment, it's a godsend. I cannot imagine not using Firebug for the kind of websites that I design. And again, that's exactly why I love platforms like WordPress and Squarespace. They give you a beautiful platform to work with, but they also give you the flexibility and the convenience of coding things yourself. And now let's talk about DeFrancoHosting.com. This website is not coded by me whatsoever. It's technically run via GoDaddy, but you get the convenience and the personal support of me, meaning that if you ever have any questions regarding your website hosted by DeFranco Hosting, or your domains purchased by DeFranco Hosting, or email accounts, SSL certificates, anything like that, you always have a personal connection to me. Yes, meaning that you can personally email me with any questions or feedback that you may have. And that right there is huge. People love a personal connection with their hosting provider, and that's exactly what you're getting through me and DeFranco Hosting. So definitely check it out if you're interested. Link is right below. And plus, it's extremely cheap, it's very reliable, and it's just a great way of getting your foot in the door of web design, web development, and learning something new while not spending all that much in the process. And now finally, getting to the end of this video, why do I create websites? What is my motivation? Why am I obsessed with them? Well, one, it's a great learning experience. Again, going back to the days of high school, then fast forwarding to today, I have learned so much through mostly self-taught experience. I really have to stress this one more time. Check out Firebug if you're looking to learn things on your own. It's such a great learning tool. But Firebug is just the beginning. Just have fun. Create things, break things, fix things. You learn the best things in life by making mistakes and fixing those mistakes with working solutions. That's exactly why I don't mind running 4 or 5 websites at a time. It's just a lot of fun to me. Now granted, nowadays I am a lot more focused. I only really create websites that benefit me in terms of generating revenue, because what I do here, I do for a living, so I have to sustain a pretty good income. And it's not going to happen if I don't create websites that don't generate revenue. It's exactly why I run websites like Adfor5.com. It's $5 for an ad, but that money, it builds up. And the same exact thing goes for DeFranco Hosting, GearPop. My personal website is not really a revenue generator. I mean, it does generate revenue on the side, but I just have my own personal website because it's just that, my personal website. I strongly do believe that people should have something on the internet that represents them. Even if it's just a Facebook page, a Tumblr blog, or a Squarespace website like I have, I just love representing myself in the form of a website. And now the other reason why I create websites, it just keeps me active. Simple as that. I love creating stuff. I mean, if a website fails, it fails. I go to the next project. But if a website succeeds, then I grow upon that. It's just a lot of fun to me. It's extremely enjoyable. And in my opinion, it's a great way of spending hours upon hours. Because I love playing my video games. I love watching Netflix and whatever. But all those hours that I put into those activities, sometimes I would rather put into managing my websites like GearPop or DavidDeFranco.com or even a refresh of AdFor5.com, which is coming by the summertime. That website is long overdue for a new visual interface. But that's just it. I love staying active, and that's exactly why I try to balance my time between work and play. Sometimes I'll go hours on end of playing games like Titanfall, but then some nights I feel like putting those same hours into managing my Squarespace websites and WordPress websites. And then sometimes I feel like putting those hours into just relaxing and watching Dexter on Netflix or just chilling with The Office. That's what's great about the world we live in. We have so many things to keep us busy, which is why I can't stand when people say they're bored. If you're bored in 2014, then you need to find something to keep yourself active. I'm not trying to sound condescending when I say that, but it really is the truth. I mean, we have all these amazing opportunities around us, and that's exactly why I love dipping in several of them. I'm not a big fan of saying dipping. What the hell is that? I mean, if I say dipping, that makes you think of dipping a potato chip in dip. But then again, I love chips and dip, so there's that. Well, Jordan, there you go. There's my answer to your awesome question. Hopefully it panned out the way you were planning. It's just a great topic of mine, and I could easily talk about this for at least an hour, maybe 2 hours in a video. Perhaps that'll happen one day, but for now, let's just keep it semi-short, at least with my standards. So again, do not forget to check out Jordan right below to their Instagram. Alright, so today is a YouTube Q&A video, and that means you guys get a free audiobook. Alright, so I don't have an exact audiobook recommendation for today, which is why I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Go to daviddefranco.com/audible and find an audiobook that you enjoy and post in the comments right below. This is not only a great way of finding new and free content, but it's also a nice way of supporting my channel and the things that I do. So definitely check it out, daviddefranco.com/audible. That link is right below, and enjoy. So that is it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Your continued support is amazing, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video, which is hopefully, my Mac Pro unboxing. We'll see. Peace.